Hey guys, this is Lou. I want to show you what I did for my final project. I don't know how anyone can explain everything in 5 minutes. I tried to do it. The first time was 25 minutes, the second time was 10 minutes. So this time, this is my third recording, and I hope I can fit everything in 5 minutes. I know that the video doesn't require audio, but I just want to include it so that I can explain to you what I did. So we have 5 tiers. The first tier is all campuses students. So we have to show a list of campuses and students that matches the URL, has a minimal requirement of the title and images. Also, the backend we need to have the minimum information. Well, not minimum, but requirements of name, image, address, description for the campus and students, first name, last name, email, etc. So I can show you all campus, and we have to include the links on the navigation bar. Welcome to the realm of badassness. We have a list of badass institutions, all campus. If you click on it, 3 schools. Also in the PostGo database, I can show you we have 3 schools, 4 students. So this is a dummy data I seeded. Students, 4 students, and the URL matches based on the requirements. So we have to match the URL. All right, tier 2, single student and single campus. Click on to the page, the single school goes to the single page view, and I have the minimal requirement is the name, address, some description. And if I go to, this is the campus. If I go to the students, click on a student, name, email, GPA. GPA is not required, also has a registered campus. If I go to School of CrossFit, it leads to the page of the single school. The single school also has a list of students who are registered to the campus. So if I click on each student, you can see that the student has all the information along with the registered campus. Going here. Home is also a list of, home is just a list of all the campuses. So the ID matches this URL. Campus is number 2, 1, 3, same thing with the students. If I click it, it's 1, 2, 3, cool. And this is me. I don't have any registered campus, which is an option, and I have a GPN4, of course. Okay, moving on to tier 3, adding campus, adding student. So we have to have a form that we'll be able to use it to add a campus or a student. It can be either by itself or on the page of the list, on the page of the all campuses, all students. So I did both because one of the core features of React is if we create a component by itself, we should be able to use it in multiple places in the app. So what I did was I implement a page by itself, and I can create a campus, a real address, some description is not required. So if I submit, it redirects to the page. But if I do it on the same page, it will do the same thing without refreshing. Description, we can just use some Lorem Ipsum. This is stressful to fit it in with 5 minutes. If I click into the single school, you can see that all the information is populated. And with those students, the same thing. You can add whatever 3.7, submit. It's there. Oops. It's there. Information's there. If I do the same thing here, it'll do the same thing. It'll just redirect to all students. All right. Tier 4, removing campus and a student. So we need to add a button next to the list of students and campuses so that it removes, oh, I forgot to show you, in the database, if I add these, it also add it to the database. If I refresh, you can see that these two were just added by me. And if I go to campus, I added these two, a real address test. So these are added to the database. And I have the remove button next to the list. If I remove, it's gone. Go to students view, it's no longer there. If we go to campus, remove, go to database. What just happened? Yeah, okay, it's there because it's gone because like I actually click on it. But if I do it here again, it's gone from the page, and I refresh it, it's no longer there. All right, updating. Campus is updating students, so we have to implement another form to update whenever we need to update the campus. I implement it in a single page view. I have all the information populated in the form, existing information populated. So if you need to update it, right here, bodybuilding. Oh my God. Take out some sentences, submit. It's there without refreshing the page. It's there. And if I go to Postago and refresh the page, now it's called bodybuilding instead of CrossFit. Same thing with the students. If I go to here, I don't know, test. I don't know what to write. Submit. So it's there. Actually, before I do anything, let me just show you students. If I refresh it, my last name is now test. If I go back to it's back to my last name. And one of the updating part of the requirements in the updating segment is to unregister the students from the school to unassociate student from the school, but still keep the student in the database. I don't know why it's not part. I don't know why it's not there anymore after I pushed it, but I did it anyway. So let me just show you. If I go to the school powerlifting, I have one student currently registered to the school, but if I click unregister, it'll say no student currently registered. And if I go to the student page, he is no longer registered to a campus. And if I go to Postago, before John was associated with school 2, but if I refresh it, now it's null. So let me show you again. If I go to the school, I have 2 students associated with the school. If I press unregister, this student is no longer associated with any school. And if I refresh it, Sarah is no longer associated because the campus ID is null. And one thing I did was to have a required field in the form. That's like a sort of like a finishing touch. I think in the updating part, that's it. It's just updating form without refreshing page, unregistered. For the finishing touches, not here. I did, so if the user attempted to add a student without required field, a helpful message should be displayed. If I try to submit, it'll say, please fill out this field. Right, and no, this is the campus. Address is also required. If I submit, it'll say, please fill out this, but description is not required, so if I click submit, it'll actually create it in the database. And if I do the update, oh God, if I take out this, it'll say please fill the required field. And if I take out the address, also won't let you submit unless you put something in there. Description is not required, so if I submit, now it's updated to what I just put in. Description is empty now. Alright, I think this video is longer than 5 minutes, but this is what I did for my final project. I think it's badass. Even though the Design is pretty basic, but I care a lot more about functionality. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.